Good afternoon and welcome to another exciting installment of the Moses Kotane virtual lecture series. Today we have a lecture under the topic of unleashing KZN's innovative ideas through IoT skills. My name is Noktula Shongwe from the Moses Kotane Institute. I am joined by our esteemed guest and industry expert, Professor Zenzele Libatimbata. He is a passionate software engineer, web and mobile developer who's got an extensive experience in Raspberry Pi, Arduino developer, IoT development, and business analysis, just to mention a few. He's also an accredited MICT CETA assessor and facilitator. He'll be taking us through a presentation, which will be followed by a short Q&A session. You are welcome to send your questions in the chat throughout the presentation, but we will have a Q&A session after he's done presenting. So without further ado, I will now hand over to Professor Mbata, who will take us through his presentation. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Thank you, Shongwe, for a great introduction. Thanks also to Moses Kotane for giving me this opportunity to probably express or create an awareness on the technology that we are having, but now, unfortunately, most of us, we are not aware of that we can be part of this technology. Okay, let me start. Number one, my topic is unleashing KZN's innovative ideas through Internet of Things skills. Okay. Unleashing, it's a term that is used when there is an energy which is condensed inside a certain container, but if it is released or unleashed, it can cause a massive difference, if I may put it like that. So that's why I chose this topic as one of the topics for this session, because I believe our youth and people in KZN, they can create a big or a better innovative product through these skills. Only if they were skilled enough, they would probably come up with innovative products. Okay, so what is then the Internet of Things? Internet of Things is one of the fourth industrial revolution sector. As you can see here, there's Internet of Things, robotics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, quantum computing, and biotechnologies. So Internet of Things is one of them. So in this age or in this era where things are now going to be connected through the internet, so anything now would be able to be connected to the internet. Like you can connect your car through the internet, you can monitor your house through the internet, you can monitor your farming, you can monitor anything, you can control anything over the internet in this era, because there are different eras. Back we had third industrial revolution, but now we are having fourth industrial revolution. That's why now we are having 5G, which is one of the best internet connectivities that will be rolled out. But now the most important thing about that is we also from KZN, or the youth from KZN, need also to be part of this development. But let me start by explaining what is the Internet of Things. Number one, Internet of Things, as I said, it's when you are controlling or monitoring any device that is using electricity over the internet. It's either it's a device from your farm, from the cities, from homes, from the vehicles, from the industries, to manufacturing industries and whole lot of industries, wearable devices, the devices that we wear like watches and the hairbands, the wristbands, which are there to monitor your health, like blood pressure, like the body temperature. So, and supply chain, where we will also in, I think that will be 2023 going forward. We're gonna be having courier companies who will be using these technologies to deliver the packages. And also, even when it comes to health, the doctors, they will be monitoring the health of their patients over the internet. Okay, so Internet of Things is there. For example, let us look at smart homes. What do we mean when we talk about Internet of Things in smart homes? A smart home is a home which is connected with internet, where you would want to monitor a temperature, because you might want to know the temperature. You're having a pet at home, or you're having a baby, a small baby, which needs a proper temperature. So you need to monitor the temperature. If the temperature is higher, then you need to make decisions. If the temperature is too low, you need to make decisions, because when it comes to pets and babies, the temperature is very sensitive. Okay, so you need to be able to monitor all that. Even you as adults, you need to be able to control your own temperature or the room temperature. So you can do that while you are at work. Probably you're in the office, you are not at home, but you will be able to monitor and control the temperature. Probably when the temperature is too high, then you can, using your smartphone, using your laptop, you can monitor the air conditioner or the fan. And when it comes to lightings, since now we know that we are having a problem with electricity, so we need to save electricity. So we don't need to leave the light at home turned on while you are not at home. But in some cases, you might want to turn it on and off, because when you are in the vacation, you might want to probably pretend as if you are in the house, but for that a little bit of time, and then you turn it off again. So in shorter terms, actually you are controlling your entire house over your smartphone or over your laptop, over the internet. So in a smart home, you can also detect the gas or the fire. For example, you are operating a gas stove, or anything that uses a gas at home. Sometimes it does give a problem if you detected the gas late, because you might start a fire, or you might suffocate. Okay, so having a gas detector in your house might be also a good idea. and also being able to detect fire at your house at an earlier period, it will be also a good idea, because you might take a good decision, for example, like ensuring that you turn off the fire before it is spreading along the house, and also monitoring the motions and surveillance, like you might want to know who's in your yard for security reasons, what's happening, what are the motions, who is moving up and down. So, and then you can be able to monitor all that through your emotions, distinct motion sensors and surveillances. And also the cameras you will be also be able to monitor them over your smartphone. So, and let us look at smart farming. Okay, smart farming also, you might also want to know the moisture of your soil, probably in your farm. Okay, you might also want to know the humidity. You might also want to know the temperature, the light, and you might also want to monitor the pests or the weed, and also create with Internet of Things, you can also create the auto irrigation system. Okay, as we know that the most important thing is the productivity. Okay, nowadays we need to work smarter than harder. Okay, so with these systems, with Internet of Things, we are expected to develop systems which will increase the productivity instead of increasing the cost. Okay, so with the Internet of Things, we can develop systems that can monitor all these things wirelessly while you are at work in the office or out the country, but you will be able to monitor your farm, monitor your crops, monitor your stock while you are not around. Okay, so with that technologies, there are a lot of advantages with those technologies. So when it comes to Internet of Things, there are different layers which are involved in Internet of Things. First, there is an application layer, data processing, networking, and sensor layer. In the application layer, it's where the user, for example, I have the farm, I want to monitor or control my farm wherever I am. I might use my smartphone, or I might use my laptop to control my devices. So on the application layer, it's where the user is interacting with the whole system. Okay, that is the application layer. And then when it comes to a data layer, that is where the data is managed. Remember now that in this age of time, data is very important. It is very important because you can take good decisions when you are having a proper data, when you have collected data correctly, and a huge data can be a very good part of a data processing. So even when it comes to network layers, it's when now we are starting to get into Raspberry Pis and Arduinos and Wi-Fi's and Bluetooth and infrareds. That would be a network layer. That's where we find the network layer. And from that network layer, we will get the information and we will be able to control the devices there on the sensors and actuators layer. That is where we get all these sensors, like temperature sensor for getting the temperature, distance layer sensor, light sensor. There are a whole lot of types of sensors. So all these sensors are found in that layer. So how does this really work? So from the sensors, the sensor will send the information to the network layer, from the network layer to the data layer, and then the user will be able to see, okay, the temperature sensor has detected this temperature, or the light sensor has detected this light, or the sound sensor has detected this, because the sensors will be emitting or sending the information that they have gathered from wherever you have placed your sensors, and send that information into the application layer, but following these layers. Okay, and then the user will be then able to control whatever devices. Probably you want to control the motor, or you want to control the servo motors, you want to control any device. You need to then control it from the application layer, and then those signals will be sent throughout the layers until it reaches that devices that you want to control. Okay. Okay, so these systems, they will be developed, and mind you, they will have negative sides and also positive sides. When it comes to a positive side, of course, it will increase productivity. It will reduce time that you need to, or the effort that you need to put into to complete any task, but it will also come with disadvantages. Okay, one of the disadvantages would be employment. That is one of the huge disadvantages. For example, the banks last year, they were busy retrenching because they've developed the systems that will be able to increase their productivities. And they have developed systems that won't strike. And they have developed systems that will not steal their products. Okay, so there are a lot of motivations behind developing these systems, which will eliminate human interactions, which will increase unemployment. Okay, so I was then, when I was doing my research, I had to quote some few authors. Eric said, the fourth industrial revolution is creating a demand for new jobs. Okay, the jobs which I will present right now, while eliminating some of the jobs highlighted on the above report. In short term, mankind will face a great challenge and the jobless will soar. So, and Martin for the year is saying, is talking about some of the level routine or repetitive and predictive jobs those people who are doing those jobs will be jobless. For example, there is a job for driving, like Ubers are developing cars which will be driving themselves. Okay. So which means the Uber drivers will be jobless. Truck drivers will be jobless. The waiters at the restaurants, they are already jobless because now most of the restaurants are adapting now the systems, the robots, to serve and to prepare the orders for their customers. Cleaners, they will be jobless. Even nannies will be jobless. Doctors, okay, they are also going to be jobless because of the biotechnologies, and there are a lot of jobs which will be eliminated, or people who will be jobless. Okay, and then between October 2020 and January 2021, there was a still significant churn in labor market. Job loss for the youth was more than a double in 31% or 31% job losses. So there will be a lot of people who will be jobless. So now Zinota IT Solutions was worried about all this, and Zinota is a IT solution company which provide IT services, and we develop websites, we develop mobile apps, we develop these devices, and we also train. We also train from the basic computer up to robotics. And we were worried because these courses, they are only given to a certain type of people, and our youth in KZN doesn't really even know about these skills. They don't even know that there are such skills. But at the end of the day, these systems, they will be developed by some people, but which means when these people are developing these systems, then our youth in KZN will be left out, and they are the ones that will be jobless, because the people who will be having jobs are the ones who will be creating these systems, will be the people who are maintaining the systems. So now, what if we provide these trainings or these skills to our people, our youth in KZN? Okay, if we provide it, number one, they can work as the developers probably for certain companies, but we cannot even want them or require them to think of innovative ideas to the problems that we are having if they even don't have tools in their disposal. They can't think of anything because they don't have they don't know any tool that they can use to solve those problems. Okay, so the most important thing is to provide them with these skills for them to be able to think think about the innovative ideas that they can develop to solve those problems. So after these trainings or these skills, then they can come up with their own companies, they can create jobs, they can work for a lot of companies. But let me go through this so that you will be clear what is this training, because Zinota IT Solutions is providing Internet of Things training. So this training will be covering all these layers. Okay? So it will be covering all these layers, from the application layer, data processing layer, network layer, and the last one, which is sensors and actuators layer. Okay, so the youth in KZN will be provided from the first layer up to the last layer. From the application layer, they'll be trained on how to design the user interface, where the user will be able to press a certain button to control a certain device, or will be able to design a chart in order to read, or for the user to be able to read from the sensor and monitor this thing, whatever results are received from the sensors. Okay, they will be taught on HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, PHP, and Python. Python is one of the programming languages that will be used for programming these devices. And then HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, PHP will be used to, from HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, that will be for designing the user interface, so that the user interface will be user-friendly to the users who will be using these systems. And then PHP will allow them to store the data to SQL database or MySQL database here on data processing layer. Okay, so, and the devices that they're gonna be using to control the sensors and the motors, or the server motors, would be Raspberry Pi and Arduino. Okay, so what I'm gonna show you now, I want to demonstrate this to you. Okay, Shongwe, Nogutula. I hope I'm still on track.
Yes, you're still on track.
Okay. Okay, I want to demonstrate something here. I've put up something small here for you to be able to see what do I mean. Okay, can I chat here? Let me chat. I don't know if you have your smartphone with you. Do you have it?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I want to write a link. Let me say Lovane / let me check this IP address. Okay. Okay, let me start with lovane.co.za. Can you write this link for me on your browser? Oh, this water is, oh, it's cold. No. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, where's the link?
Okay, oh, let me send it.
Okay. Okay, and put it on my browser.
Yes, on your browser. Let me try to connect this.
All right, I put it on the browser.
Okay, what do you see?
The number 24.
With the bar.
Yes, with the gray bar.
Can you show it on the camera like this, if you don't mind?
Let's see. Is it visible?
Yeah, I can see it. Okay, so for now, the temperature is, I'm using this. Okay, let me show you here. I've connected something here. Can you see?
Yeah, yes, we can see.
This is a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi 3 Model B. Okay, so I've connected my temperature sensor with this Raspberry Pi. Eh? So I have cold water here. I have cold water here. I don't know if you can see it. This is a cold water. So I'll dip this into here. Hopefully the temperature will drop. For now, the temperature is 24. Now it's dropping to
19. It's 18.
17, yeah.
Oh.
So yes. So okay, it was icy before I started presenting, but now, yeah. So this is the temperature sensor. Okay, but there are different types of temperature sensors. This one is not a good temperature sensor, especially let us say I want to develop a system where I would be able to monitor people who are entering the building if they are in this case of COVID. I want to monitor them in case they are warm or cold. Do you understand? So they wouldn't be required to touch this, because the second person, when it touches this, then we are spreading COVID. So there is another sensor which is contactless. So there are different types of sensors for different types of scenarios. Okay, this water now is hot. This one, eh? Let me dip this. Hopefully the temperature will rise.
Yeah, it started to rise. It's at 44 now. 55, 62.
65, 70.
Yeah, it's rising really quickly too.
So now imagine that you have all this. You are able to monitor your temperature at home. You understand? You are able to monitor people from your building, people who are entering your building. You without going directly to them, while sitting in your office, and you are able to monitor all that information. Are you okay? Okay. So now the learners will be able to be taught that on how to develop this system here. Okay. Let me give you another link where you will be able to control the LEDs. Now, I'll say Giovanni /button. PHP. Try running that link.
Okay. Let's see. It's okay.
Okay.
We've now got Raspberry Pi Internet of Things implementation.
Yes, yes. You have 4 buttons there.
Yes.
Okay. Now you are going to be able to, I don't know if you can see these lights here. There's this green light. Okay. How am I gonna point this? Where's this pen? Okay, there is it. Sorry, I'm looking for this pen. Okay, there's this light here, green. Can you see it?
Just lower your yeah, this. Yeah, I
Now
can
you
see
can
it.
see it.
Yeah.
Okay. This green light, red light. Can you see it?
Lower the camera
Okay.
a little bit. Or
Okay,
move,
let me try
yeah,
to,
move the
let me,
device.
okay, oh, let me, oh yeah.
Good.
Now is it okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Green light, red light, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So press the button on your side. I think there's a light on, turn on green, turn on red, turn off light. So you press the one you like.
Okay, let's see.
Which one did you press?
Turn on green.
Okay. So is it doing what you're expecting?
Yeah, the green light is on.
Okay. Do another?
Let's try another one. Turn on. Turn on
Right
the red.
now, the red button is on. I don't know if you pressed the button.
Yes, I turned on the red light.
Okay. Yeah. You said light on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now they are off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn them off.
Are you satisfied?
Satisfied.
Okay. Okay. So you can control whatever you want with these devices as remotely as you are. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You can control these devices, any device. You can control home lights, you can control the fan, you can control the microwave, you can control your TV, you can control your aircon, you can control anything the way you are doing it right now. Okay, so with these trainings that we will be providing, you can do all that. Okay, I don't know if you can see my PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thanks. So with this, we can train, we need to train our youth because there are other nations that have been trained on this as from high school. We know that there is a kid from Chinese who developed a smartphone. So now you need to ask yourself that we won't be developed if we are not trained in this, or we are not given these skills. Okay, so we're going to be able to train them from application layer to the sensors layer, as you were able to see. Okay, so after the training, or after learning this Internet of Things, you will not only be able to you will not only provide the career boost, but you'll also be able to gain the insight on how technology has affected the world and will continue to do so in the coming decades. It will also acquaint learners with the required hands-on experience for solving real-time industrial based Internet of Things projects. Because when they are coming for these trainings, they will be doing they will be solving real world problems. They will be doing projects, hands-on projects at the real time. Okay. They will also be able to given the opportunity to experiment and try innovative things. Okay, so they will be building these systems as the employees and also as the entrepreneurs, because when we look at the IT giants, like when you are looking at this guy for Tesla, who's this guy?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. That guy is an entrepreneur. That guy, he's not working for someone, but he grew himself up to this stage because he came up with innovative ideas and is still coming up with those innovative ideas. When you look at Mark for Facebook, he's not working for someone, but because of his innovative ideas, he is surviving. We can look at a lot of people, even those who invented computers. The inventor will always have a job, okay, because they are creating the opportunities. But when you're waiting for someone to hire you, then you are having a problem. So in this case, we want our youth to be able to come up with innovative products, but using this skill. Okay, there are a lot of innovative things or creative things that our youth are developing in terms of art, in terms of technology, but this one, it is relevant to this era that we are in and the era that we still has to come to. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm done. So any questions? If you have any questions, I'm open for any questions.
Seems like there are no questions in the chat. But I mean, Prof, you mentioned about the issue about jobs being taken by these new technologies.
Yes.
Or the Internet of Things. I mean, for a country that's a developing country like us, where does it leave us? I mean, what happens? I mean, for us, I think it's even a bigger challenge because we're in between developing and sort of in between. We're not quite developed, but we're developed enough to utilize. We've got 5G, we've got all these technologies. So what happens to the youth who are looking for jobs and who are looking for opportunities? What happens to them?
Okay.
Or in which field would you say there's still opportunity for them?
Yes. These skills are the ones that will empower our youth. These skills, because systems are being developed and they are still going to be developed, which will totally eliminate a lot of jobs. But when our youth is part of the development, because that's the most important part of the life or the economy, is that we are being part of the development. We are not just part of the development, that we are users, but we are the developers and the maintainers of these systems. Yes. So the jobs, they can only secure jobs if they are part of the development. Because when you are saying our country is still in the stage of development, Yes, of course, we are still in the stage of development. But who are we waiting for to develop our country? Because when we are waiting for some people to develop our country, we are losing. But if we are part of the development, then we are going to be part of the economy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because we can't wait for people to develop our country. We need our youth as a future. They are the ones that should be the part of the development of this country in terms of technology. Because we can't wait for products from America, from Europe, from where else. So we need to develop it, because when we are getting it from those places, then that means we're gonna be users, we're gonna be consumers, we're gonna be paying instead of we developing and then we yes, yeah. So this career, these trainings or these skills are the best for our youth to be sustainable.
All right. On that note, Prof, where can people get training?
We are nationwide. Zenother IT Solutions is nationwide. We do provide these trainings. Yes, but we are currently based in Durban, but we are also nationwide.
All right.
Yeah, we can provide it anywhere, especially since we are targeting KZN. We are also here in KZN, so we are accessible.
All right. Okay. It seems we have no more questions. So on that note, I'd like to thank you again for a very interesting presentation. And yeah, I hope people will tune in for our next virtual lecture. We will post on all our social media platforms. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. That's Moses Kotane Institute. Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Let's empower them, eh?
Let's do it.
Our this thing is we are empowered by innovation to empower you. So that's our slogan.
And ours is innovation, the future. So
we are married.
Thank you so much again, Prof.
Thank you. Thanks.
We'll close the section.